Hi there. You're inside of the Snowman Multimedia Sports Machine. This is an idea that my friend Victor gave me where I kind of keep my eyes on a few games. And there's so much for me to update and so little time. So I'm going to depend on you guys to not only help contribute to the cause, but to make the cause better. Because I want to try this also tomorrow during the early nope, that's not it. During the early NFL window and just keep my eyes on everything while I'm keeping my eye on the Colts game. So, you guys are going to help me build this thing. So, whatever you can give me, I have the intro and the outro already planned. I'll use that tomorrow. Today, I just want to get this idea going. And you see the main game that I'm going to keep my eye on, which is Colorado and UCF. But what I'm going to also do, if I could find a way to do it, I'm a UT fan because my brother went there. Okay. So you want me to keep my eye on the Longhorns, which I had planned to do during the 7:30 game. I'll keep my eye on the Longhorns. I promise I'll do that. But this is the main game, Colorado UCF, that I had planned to do play-by-play for. But then Victor's idea of the George Michael sports machine kept playing in my head on and about how I should do it. So I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to do all that I can to help keep up with all the games that are going on, baseball, football. I have Kansas State leading Oklahoma State right now 42-20. And they're counting down to the final minute there. Then they'll go to that game will dissolve into Arkansas, Texas A&M. And then I also will have Wisconsin and USC. And then the one game I wanted to follow, which is Colorado and UCF. So I'll have all those going. UCF 3-0 and Colorado 3-1. There's a close game going on right now, and I believe it is Michigan and Minnesota. And Minnesota has crawled back to within a field goal after trailing 21-3 at the half. So we'll try to get an update on that game. Matter of fact, I will find it right here. And it is now a final from the Big House. The final score is Michigan 27 and Minnesota 24. So that will take care of that one. So we're waiting on the kickoff of all the other games as they've gone down to the final 30 seconds in Manhattan, Kansas. Now, I will say this out loud. It is not what I'm used to, but it's an idea I'm going to run with. As the coaches head to midfield to shake hands in Manhattan, Kansas. As Kansas State has now improved to 13-9 following a loss under Chris Kleiman. Remember, Chris Kleiman led the North Dakota State Bison for a long time. Now, I'm going to need you guys to help keep things in order for me. If there's any other game you want me to take a look at, let me know. I'll find it and I'll peek at it. So now they're getting ready for Arkansas and Texas A&M, and I believe this one is going to be played in AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Yep, that's where that one is. I believe Colorado UCF is on Fox. In fact, I'm certain of it. UK came back to beat Ole Miss 20-17. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Because the last update I got, Ole Miss was winning 17-13. Got the final from Michigan. So they're all getting the last 2-0 start in the SEC. This is for Arkansas, was 2006. Hold on, let me get my feet kicked up here so I can make sure. All right. Texas A&M is taking the field. And I want to say there's 100,000 people at AT&T Stadium. Dave Pash has the call with that one. Waiting on the start of Wisconsin and USC and UCF Colorado. And we're going to try to get and keep everybody updated with those games and any other games that you guys want me to keep up with. This is uncharted territory for me because normally I come in here with a plan. And the last few we got a score update. 15th ranked Louisville leads Notre Dame. That counts 7-0 as they just scored with 13:30 left in the opening quarter. Kentucky and Ole Miss, I got that score 20-17. Kentucky, they're counting down to the end of that one. South Alabama and LSU will go later. And I'm going to do my best to keep up with them all. The Astros and the Guardians will pitch at 6:10. So we may be able to get an hour of that game in. Marcel Reed, the starting quarterback for Texas A&M. And I'm just going to do what a lot of fans do, which is sit back and watch and just report what's going on, because I'm usually keeping up with 3 and 4 games at once while doing this one. And I think, well, let me try to find it. All right, I'll figure it out. I will get this figured out. Everybody's picking UCF to win that game. And Colorado and UCF is delayed due to weather. So we'll keep our eye on that one. So we just got the word from Central Florida as they back that kickoff up to out to 4:20 Eastern time. Kenneth Clark with the update. Thank you. So, what do you guys think? Should I concentrate on doing one team play by play wise, or should I try to do it this way, keeping my eye on um, a few games each week? Because someone, like I said, a friend of mine gave me this idea. I have not figured out how to execute it yet, so I am just going to dive right in and start doing it. If I feel the need, I should take a break. You all will see a screen. You'll all see this screen go blank because I think I need to take a break right now. And let me get my thoughts together. I'll be back.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Okay, we have a score already as Arkansas just struck 3 plays, 75 yards in a minute 11 with a 75-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is good, and it's 7-0 Arkansas. Green stepped up in the pocket and unleashed a bomb. His receiver came wide open, and he was gone. And here we go. Yes, indeed. All right, they're still waiting on I can't talk. Colorado and UCF to get going. That's 420, so we know that. I don't quite know how to do this. All right, let's go to USC. As they are just getting started, that's on CBS. And here's a long throw to the end zone, and it is caught. They haven't made a signal yet. Yes, touchdown, USC. Jacoby Lane. And the Trojans jump on top. Loving the ticker at the bottom. Thank you, Victor. I'm going to refresh that and add a few things to it. We're taking a look at the replay, and that is indeed a catch and a touchdown. So USC goes 6 plays, 60 yards. Jacoby Lane with a touchdown reception from 37. The extra point is good. And 13th ranked USC leads unranked Wisconsin 7-0 out at the Coliseum. USC playing Big Ten games. I don't know about that. Okay, are y'all gonna... Okay. Oh, man. I don't know how to do this. Okay. All right. They've gone to a break there. USC leads Wisconsin 7-0. Texas A&M with the ball for the first time in their game against Arkansas. So we'll switch over to that. And from the shotgun snap, a throw. It's incomplete on 3rd and 4. And Reed and Texas A&M goes 3 and out. Hey, what's up, Droid? It feels like good morning, doesn't it? They're in the top of the 7th in Wrigley Field. Reds and Cubs playing out the string. No score in that game. Royals and Braves go 7-20. Kansas leads TCU 7-0. Let me see if I can pull that one up. And there's a big reason why I'm doing all of this. Now, is this in Lawrence? Yeah, this has got to be in Lawrence, Kansas. All right, they haven't come back from the break yet in Southern California. And from the sound of it, they're warming up at UCF, but it can't be in Lawrence. Okay, so it's in Fort Worth. Okay, I'm trying to get the game up and going. Oh, come on. It's in Arrowhead. It's at Arrowhead Stadium. Okay. Oh. It's in Kansas City. All right. 8:50 for the first, TCU on the move as Hoover will drop back in shotgun formation, ball at the Kansas 35 with three receivers out to the right. And Hoover will throw. It's over the middle. It is caught. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Frogs. I'll make this an open Q&A also. What are your predictions for the Warriors this season? That's a good question, Victor. I do not know. So TCU's on the board, answering the Kansas touchdown. And it's now 7-6. 92 yards in 6 plays and a $147. I hope I read that right. The extra point is good. And we are tied in Kansas City, 7-7. And I got Victor's. This ain't no good. Well, that score has it at 7-6. Maybe Jory can correct me on that one. Okay. I got updated. Yep, it's a weather delay down in Florida. I don't know what's going on with the Knicks and why they traded for Karl Anthony Towns either. I don't know. Is this actually going to help them? All right, Wisconsin has the ball for the first time. 11:04 left in the first quarter there, and they're operating out of the shotgun. What's going on here? Back to throw, up the sidelines, and caught and gone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And the Badgers strike back. Vinny Anthony II. And that is from 64 yards out. USC played too soft in coverage. And Vinny Anthony beat them all. 63 yards officially. So with 10:52 left in the first quarter of that game, that game is now even. 7 apiece. And not many people at the Coliseum. At least not yet. It is indeed 7 apiece in Kansas City. Now what? Okay. Where's TCU? There it is. TCU and Kansas 7 apiece. TCU 2-2. Kansas 1-3. And it's Jack Beck who made the touchdown reception from Josh Hoover. And caught his 4th touchdown of the year. So now TCU clad in purple, white tops, purple bottoms, will move right to left. And they'll bring it out ahead to the 10, 20, and down at the 27-yard line. And that's where Kansas will start this particular drive. And let's flip to Arkansas, Texas A&M. Texas A&M has the ball for the second time, and they seem to have changed quarterbacks. Oklahoma has now jumped on Auburn. That game is 7-0 with 12.5 to go in the first quarter of that game. We're just going to keep our eye on everything. Hawkins with a 48-yard rushing touchdown. And on first down, on 2nd and 5, I beg your pardon, Moss gets a first down for Texas A&M out to the 40-yard line. I want to do this red zone style. Now that I'm getting an idea, I want to do this red zone style. I want to do this red zone style and keep an eye on all the games. Well, Minnesota was down 21-3 at the half. And Texas A&M just scored on a 58-yard touchdown reception, 3 plays, 70 yards, and a $1.07, and A&M is within a point. Ole Miss goes down, got that score earlier, 20-17 against Kentucky. And it's Thomas with the touchdown reception. So now I know what I have to do. I got to flip between not only games, but also stat cards also. And as they go to break in the Southwest Classic, Reed finds Thomas from 58 yards out, and it's now tied 7-all in Dallas. And he blitzed them and raced all the way to the end zone. All right, that game is now even at 7. USC has the ball back at the Coliseum. So they'll work from the 25, moving left. And on first down, quarterback will throw. No, he won't, as he is dragged down from behind after a 2-yard gain, maybe a 1-yard gain. Is it weird for y'all to see Wisconsin and USC in the same conference? Is it weird for you all to see that? All right, to Kansas City we go. It's 1st and 10 for the Jayhawks. They move right to the TCU 31. And from the shotgun, Daniels will throw. End zone shot. Incomplete. And no flag. It'll be 2nd and 10. It kind of is for me, too. Back to Southern California. 3rd and 5, 7-7 tie in the Coliseum from the 30-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, he'll throw over the middle. It is caught. First down and more to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 and a first down for the Trojans. They may have gotten away with TCU may have gotten away with a PI. And the head coach for Kansas is going nuts. 2nd and 10. This time they'll run. They'll try the option to the right side, and it's cut off immediately. So now 3rd down coming up for Lachlan was the ball carrier that time for the Jayhawks. 3rd and 5. 6:25 left in the opening quarter. Let's go to Texas and let's go to Texas. They are just returning from break there, so we'll switch back to Kansas City. So 3rd and 5 for Daniels and company for the Jayhawks. And they'll run it. First down and more. Inside the 20, down to the 15. So good call on 3rd and 5. And it's 2nd down now for USC. We're following them all. They just kicked off in Arlington. And Arkansas will have the ball for the second time. The temptation droid says to get in on this. How tempted are you? There's the question. How tempted are you? 5:48 left in the first quarter. And now Heshaw will join Daniels as they'll work out of a pistol. We're in Kansas City. Two receivers out to the right. Receiver coming in formation, coming in motion. And that's Heshaw will get the call and tripped up as he hits the 11-yard line. All right, while they reset there, quickly back to Southern California. As the quarterback got drilled after he let go of a pass. And now it's 3rd and 7. Chaney delivered the hit. Miller Moss is 5 out of 7. And Moss will drop to throw. Winds up and throws. It's incomplete. And 3rd and 7 has now become 4th and 7. BYU beats Baylor 34-28. All right, down to Texas. As Arkansas has the ball. 1st and 10, 9.5 to go in the first quarter of that game. Taylon Green, 3 of 5, 85 yards and a touchdown. He'll work out of the shotgun here, and they'll empty the backfield. 2 receivers left, lone slot to the right, and a false start. False start called against Arkansas, so 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 15. Ah, darn it. Wrong button. I'm doing this on my own, okay? I'm trying to do what Red Zone does. Let me try to bring this back a little bit because they've gone to a break in Kansas City. All right. Okay, they've gone to a break in Southern Cal. And it's 2nd and 10 now for Taylon Green in Arkansas out near midfield. I'm going to have to take a break here in a minute. And then when I come back, I'll get everybody caught up on everything that's going on right here. This is the Snowman Multimedia Sports Machine as they're getting ready to kick up. Did the Major League Baseball playoff picture play out how you predicted, or were there any surprises? It kind of played off the way I thought. It kind of played out the way I thought. Red Zone also gassed multiple commentators. Yeah, true. And this is my first day doing this. I've got to do this solo for right now. And Kansas has grabbed the lead over TCU 14-7 with 4:09 left in the first quarter of that game. All right, Wisconsin ball as we jump to the Coliseum, 1st and 10, backed up in their own territory at their own 12. And it's Braylon Allen on the call, and Allen will get about 10. Or it's Dupree on the carry that time. I beg your pardon. And quickly on first down, that pass is incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Wisconsin as they tried to try the wide receiver screen. All right, Josh Hoover back to work for TCU. We'll keep our eye here for a moment with receivers all over the place, and they'll hand it off. And it's only a 2-3 yard gain to Cook. Second and 7 from there. 3:50 in the first quarter of that game, and they're quickly back to the line. Receiver across the formation in motion. They bring the blitz. Hoover lobs it right side, incomplete. Or left side's incomplete. Now it's third down, and now it's 3rd down for Wisconsin as we quickly jump to USC. Wisconsin 1 for 1 on 3rd down. That turned into a touchdown. With 5 on the play clock, and they fire. It's incomplete. So they'll punt on 4th down. All right. Down to Texas. Taylon Green guiding the Arkansas offense down the field. As Sategna makes a 6-yard catch, 2nd down and 4 from the 8 of Texas A&M, and they'll run it wide side and in for the touchdown. And Arkansas regains the lead. Jaquindon Jackson runs it in from 8 yards out. And it's 13-7 Arkansas. Where'd it go? There it is. So Jaquindon Jackson breaks the tie for Arkansas. 4:50 left in the first quarter of that game. And the extra point is good. So with 4:50 left in the first quarter down in Texas, Jaquindon Jackson moves Arkansas to the lead 14-7. There was a rumor that Caitlin Clark may be taking a step away from the WNBA. One, do you think this is true? And two, do you think it's the rough treatment? One, I do not think it's true. And two, she thrives on the rough treatment. Because she's always taken the high road. She's always taken the high road. If she steps away now, do you know how bad that would be for the WNBA? Wouldn't be bad for her, but it would be bad for the WNBA. Let me lessen this a little bit here. It would be bad for the WNBA if she takes a step away. I don't think she's stepped away. I really don't think she's stepping away. Keep the questions coming. This is the Snowman Multimedia Sports Machine. I got to take a break, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast, every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast, every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast, every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast, every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.